Hello. Welcome to another episode of OmenG's Stupid Scary Stories.
There's a tornado warning.
Okay, well, this is the safest room in the house. You hear that, folks? My son just told me. It's a tornado warning. A tornado watch. What's worse, warning or watch? I don't know. But hey, they're telling us to watch for tornadoes, so that must mean that there's a very strong potential for them to touch ground here. So if you see me blown away out of nowhere, then you know what happened. Reminds me of a time when me and a few explorers were chasing a storm. I put this out of my mind a long time ago because it was so tragic, terrifying what happened back then when it did happen, that I try not to think about it. But I'll tell you about it now. Some time ago, in one of the dimensions that I had traveled to, there was an Earth very much like this one. You know, very much like this one. There was very subtle differences. So I chillaxed there for a while, you know. You're saying, how did you get to another dimension? The dimensions are us place, people. Did you forget? Anyway, I went there. I went to the dimension. It's like this dimension, but with subtle differences, like I told you before. Nah, I've been spending a lot of time there, you know, just chillaxing. You know, I had a whole different life there. It was more successful. What I planned on doing was bringing these practices of successful business ventures I had to the dimension that I actually lived in, and try to use those there. Since the difference was very subtle, I figured it would be purposeful to try it. But anyway, while I was living there, I partook in some of the funner things in life. And one of those things was storm chasing. You're like, what's so fun about that? Yeah, well, do it once or twice, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's exhilarating. The rush of adrenaline fills your blood when you see a fucking tornado barreling towards you. Barreling towards you. At full speed, ready to just suck you up into the vortex that is its soul. And then spit you out wherever the fuck it feels like. Along with debris and shit. Cars, rocks, trees, pieces of house, building, bricks. You're pummeled. I mean, beyond recognition. That's what happened to, you know, people that I was with. I'm chasing this storm for days, you know, across the country. Wasn't doing what we wanted it to do, which was to produce an actual tornado. You know, that's the whole purpose of watching these storms. We don't give a fuck about the fucking surrounding areas and shit. We want to see a tornado, you know, chasing this thing for hundreds of miles. Now, you know, this old timer, you know, he's been chasing storms since before storm chasing was called storm chasing. He was out there many years. He said every 100 years, storms so violent and brutal that tear the soul of your body before it sucks you up into the air. Now, of course, we're all listening to this old fucking geezer, and you know, we think that he's had either a few too many to drink or been hit in the head with some debris a few too many times and is just out of the loop of reality, right? We erred on the side of the second one that I said. Either way, we didn't believe the fucking shit was coming out of his mouth. Every 100 years, a storm so violent it will suck out your soul. Like, how many miles per hour does the wind have to be within the vortex to suck one out of their body, soul sucked out? Like, how does that happen? What supernatural power is this? Anyway, right? So we're chasing this storm for days. Finally, we get some hail. Winds are picking up. Clouds darkening even more. At one point, the sky was so black. All you could see was black. churning of the clouds. Telltale sign that something bad was about to happen. When I say black people, I mean black, like the cloud of smoke that came from the train that derailed in Palestine. That kind of shit. This wasn't some natural looking shit. But, you know, we're storm chasers. We don't give a fuck. We're there to see what we can see. We get the cameras ready. We're outside the vehicle, chillaxing. Wind is blowing. We're like, yes. Thunder cracks. Lightning strikes. Winds pick up even more. Debris is flying in the air. We're like, well, where did that come from? You know, where did this debris come from? We haven't seen any storm. But it was so massive. It was so massive that you couldn't even see that it was already on the ground. It had produced such a huge cloud of debris that it literally blackened the sky. We heard this sound that I can't even describe to you. It was loud. It felt like it was tearing into your very fabric of your being. The pain of this noise was the thing I remember the most. It actually hurt to hear it. And not just in your ears. Like all over you. You felt like your bones were shaking. We knew it was getting close. This noise got even louder. 4 of the 6 that were with me froze. They couldn't move. Started crying. I looked at them. Like, what are you doing? Come on, we gotta get back to the car. We gotta get the fuck out of here. And when they looked at me, they had this look of sadness. Not fear, not terror, but sadness. As if they knew something that I didn't know. And then they just dropped to the floor. Almost like it was in slow motion. And it was just like, what the fuck is happening? I made my way back to the vehicle, right? And there were 2 more left that just stood there. One of them turned to me and said, "Go. You must tell everyone of what happened here." I said, "Would you fucking get in the vehicle? Come on, let's go. Get in the car." No. It needs our souls to be at peace. And he just dropped. I fucking hit the gas, peeled out. Peeled out. As I was driving away, I looked back and I saw like a face appear in the clouds. It smiled, a sinister smile. The lightning crashed, hit the ground, set a fire. I kept driving until I got back to, Dimensions R Us, and I fucking left, and I haven't been back there fucking since. So, my son telling me now that there's a tornado watch scares me a little bit. Maybe he wants me, or it wants me, because it didn't get me, and maybe it's coming for me. I want to thank you all for joining me for another episode of OmenG's Stupid Scary Stories. Number 92, Tornado Watch. I just hope I make it. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. And if you want to be notified when I drop a silly ass story, well, hit the notification icon and you'll be notified when I do so. Until next time, folks, take care of yourselves and watch. Watch for the tornadoes. Every 100 years that one comes around. In that other dimension, who knows when it is in this one.